The rain does not apologize for falling. It simply falls. It strikes the gray slate of the roof, sliding down the curvature of the tiles, gathering in the gutters, and dropping into the stone basin below. There is a rhythm to it, a relentless, hypnotic consistency. In the modern world, we have forgotten the sound of rain because we are too busy listening to the noise inside our own skulls. We are constantly vibrating, humming with anxiety, vibrating with the phantom notifications of a device that has become a prosthetic limb. We call this connectivity, but it is actually a severance. We have severed the connection to the silence that sits at the core of the human spirit. We look for relief in noise. We look for rest in distraction. We try to buy peace, but peace is not a commodity you purchase. It is a space you create. It is a room you must empty before you can enter. There is a misconception about the way of the warrior, specifically the way of the solitary ronin like Miyamoto Musashi. We imagine him only with the sword. We imagine the duel, the blood, the violent collision of steel against steel. We forget the days between the duels. We forget the years of walking alone through the cedar forests. We forget the time spent sitting in caves, watching the light change on the damp walls. Musashi did not survive 60 duels simply because he was fast. He survived because he was empty. He survived because he understood that the vessel must be cleaned before it can be filled with power. This is the true meaning of self-care. It is not indulgence. It is not softness. It is maintenance. It is the sharpening of the blade, not the decoration of the scabbard. To rebuild yourself, you must look to the east, to the islands of Japan, but not the neon lights of Tokyo. You must look to the shadow, to the old ways, to the habits that were forged in a time when life was fragile and silence was the only music a man knew. The first step is always subtraction. The modern mind is a hoarder's house, filled with useless thoughts, old grudges, future anxieties, and the static of other people's opinions. You cannot clean a room that is full of junk. You must clear it out. In the philosophy of the Zen aesthete, this is the concept of ma, the negative space, the pause between notes, the empty distance between two fighters. You must cultivate this emptiness in your own life. Begin with the purification. In the Shinto tradition, there is a practice known as misogi. It involves standing under a waterfall, often in the dead of winter, letting the freezing water batter the body until the mind goes blank. It is a shock to the system. It is a ritual cleansing. You do not need a waterfall. You have a shower, but you do not use it to get warm. You use it to wake up. There is a specific kind of clarity that comes when the cold water hits the chest. The breath catches. The thoughts stop. For that brief moment, there is no mortgage, no email, no regret. There is only the sensation of cold and the immediate imperative to breathe. This is the reset. Musashi wrote of the body of a rock, unmoving, unshaken. The cold water teaches you to be the rock while the river flows over you. It washes away the spiritual grime of the day. It is not comfortable, but comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort is the moss that grows on a stone that never moves. You want to be the river stone, polished smooth by the friction of reality. Once the body is shocked into the present moment, you must address the environment. The internal state is often a reflection of the external reality. If your room is chaotic, your mind is chaotic. The monks of the Eiheiji temple do not hire janitors. They clean the temple themselves. This is soji. Cleaning is not a chore to be rushed so you can get to the real work. Cleaning is the real work, the act of sweeping the dust from the tatami mats, of polishing the wood until it glows, is a meditation. You are not just removing dirt from the floor, you are removing dust from your spirit. When Musashi lived in Reigando cave, writing the Book of Five Rings, he did not live in squalor. The austerity was precise. The few items he possessed were placed with intent. Imagine your living space. Is it a sanctuary or is it a storage unit? Remove the noise from your eyes. A single flower in a vase commands more attention and offers more peace than a bouquet of 50. Reduce, simplify. When you wipe a table, do not think about what you will do next. Think about the table. Think about the wood. Think about the motion of your hand. This returns you to the dignity of the immediate. There is a heaviness in the modern soul that comes from disconnection. We are biological creatures living in a digital hallucination. We were built for the canopy, for the soil, for the scent of pine and rain. The Japanese practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, is not exercise. It is not hiking. It is not conquering a mountain to take a photograph at the summit. It is simply existing among the trees. The trees do not judge you. The moss does not care about your career failures. The wind moving through the cedar branches does not demand your attention. It invites it. Musashi spent years wandering the wilderness. He slept under the stars not because he was poor, but because the roof of the sky offered a perspective that a ceiling could not. When you walk into the woods, or even a quiet park, leave the machine behind. Leave the headphones. Listen to the crunch of dry leaves under your boots. Smell the damp earth. This is not poetic nonsense. It is biological recalibration. Your cortisol lowers. Your heart rate slows. You remember that you are a small part of a very large, very quiet system. You find your place in the order of things. But silence is not just external, it must be internal. And this brings us to the most difficult habit of all. Sitting. Just sitting. Zazen. In the monastery, the monks sit facing the wall. They do not close their eyes fully. They keep them half open, gazing at the floor, neither asleep nor distracted. They sit with their spine straight, as if a thread is pulling the crown of the head toward the sky. And they watch. They watch the demons arise. The boredom, the itch, the sudden memory of a humiliating moment from 10 years ago. The panic of doing nothing. They watch it all, and they do nothing. They let it float by like clouds in a storm. Musashi in his cave was practicing a form of this. He sat with his own mortality. He sat with the ghosts of the men he had killed. He did not run from them. He sat until they became transparent. You must learn to sit with yourself. No phone, no book, no music. Just you and the wall. 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It will feel like torture at first. The mind will scream for stimulation. Let it scream. Eventually, it will tire itself out. And in that silence, you will hear the true voice of your intuition, the voice that has been drowned out by the roar of the world. We fill our time, and we fill our bodies. We consume to numb. Food has become entertainment, a way to stifle emotional hunger. The Okinawan principle of hara hachibu teaches a different way. It means eating until you are 80% full. It is the discipline of stopping before the limit. It is the rejection of gluttony in favor of energy. When you overeat, you become sluggish, heavy, dull. The sword becomes slow, the mind becomes foggy. Musashi lived on simple fare: rice, vegetables, fish. He ate to fuel the machine, not to sedate it. This restraint is a form of self-respect. It signals to the body that you are the master, not the appetite. When you practice this, you feel lighter. The hunger that remains is not a pain. It is a sharp edge. It keeps you alert. It keeps you hunting. And in this life of reduction, you will find that things break. You will find that you break. You have scars. You have failures. The modern world tells you to hide them, to filter them, to present a facade of perfection. The Japanese aesthetic of kintsugi tells a different story. When a precious ceramic bowl is broken, it is not discarded. The cracks are filled with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. The break is not hidden, it is highlighted. The object becomes more beautiful because it has been broken and repaired. It has a history. It has survived. You must apply this to your own psyche. You are not damaged goods. You are a vessel that has been tested. Your trauma, your grief, your losses, these are the gold lines. Do not hide them. Do not pretend they did not happen. Musashi was a man of immense solitude and likely immense pain. He did not smile through it. He carried it with a solemn dignity. Own your scars. They are the map of where you have been. They are the proof that you can put yourself back together. Finally, there is the habit of the routine, the ritualization of the mundane. The tea ceremony is not about drinking tea. It is about the precise set of movements required to make the tea. It is about total immersion in the act. This is the spirit of the shokunin, the artisan who dedicates his life to mastering one thing. You may not be a sword maker or a tea master. You might be a man working a desk job, or a man driving a truck. It does not matter. Treat your daily actions with the reverence of a ritual. How you make your coffee, how you tie your shoes, how you organize your desk. Do it with absolute precision. Do it with grace. When you bring artistry to the mundane becomes sacred. You stop waiting for the big moments of life to bring you happiness, and you find satisfaction in the quality of your own attention. Musashi wrote, "Do nothing which is of no use." This does not mean you must always be working. It means you must never be mindless. Even rest is useful. Even staring at the rain is useful, if it is done with intent. These habits, the cold water, the cleaning, the forest, the sitting, the restraint, the acceptance of flaws, the ritual, they are not a checklist. They are a mindset. They are a way of building a fortress around your soul. The world is getting louder. It is getting faster. It wants to tear your attention into a million jagged pieces and sell it back to you. You must refuse. You must become the calm eye in the center of the typhoon. Imagine the solitary figure of the swordsman sitting in the cave of Reigando. It is his final year. He is dying. The light is dim. He has no possessions left, only his brush and his paper. He is writing the Dokodo, the way of walking alone. He writes, "Accept everything just as it is." He writes, "Do not seek pleasure for its own sake." He is not miserable. He is free. He has stripped away everything that is not essential. He has cared for his self by removing the self. He has become steel. You do not need a spa day. You do not need a vacation to a resort where you will drink too much and sleep too little. You need to return to the basics. You need to reclaim your biology. You need to wash the noise off your skin. Start tomorrow. Or better, start tonight. Turn off the screens. Lower the lights. Listen to the sound of the room. If it is raining, listen to the rain. If it is silent, listen to the silence. Drink a cup of water and feel it go down your throat. Clean one thing. Fix one thing. Sit for 10 minutes and watch the madness of your own mind without judging it. Be kind to yourself, not by indulging your weaknesses, but by strengthening your resolve. The greatest act of self-love is to build a self that can withstand the storm. The path is narrow, it is steep, and it is lonely. But the view from the heights is clear. The mist is clearing now. The rain has stopped. The stone basin is full, and the water is still. It reflects the moon without distortion. Be like the water, still, deep, reflecting everything, holding on to nothing. This is the way. Walk it. The discipline you build is the only thing that is truly yours. Everything else can be taken away. Your money, your status, your health, your loved ones, they are all borrowed. But your mind, the steel mind that is yours to forge, that is yours to keep. Treat it with the reverence it deserves. The silence is waiting for you. Step into it.